I think, that a few years back you preached on the difference between being nice and being kind. And so props to you, Pastor, who can get your congregation, at least some of them, to remember your sermons years later.
Yay!
But we see these themes of, like, Ben and Louise are good people, as heavy and thick finger quotes as I can get on that. They drive an electric car. Louise is a vegetarian or pescatarian, but she says that it's because of health, but also the environment. And so she's very, very outwardly this nice person. One of her first lines is to tell Agnes to use her inside voice, even though they're outside, because there are other people around. And so these are very nice and polite people. And then we see that, scratch that surface, there's deception, there's anger, bitterness between the two of them. The conflict over Hoppy the rabbit is a conflict between the three of them where nobody's on the same side. So we see that politeness and that niceness is very outward focused. And so then you hear, and in this kind of the theme of the movie of Speak No Evil, that Patty, who is, ironically, he is almost the titular evil, right?
Yeah.
That he's the one who keeps compelling them towards honesty. And they won't respond honestly. And so you see things like, well, the bed is dirty, but don't talk about how the bed is dirty because we don't want to offend them. Or Louise having a conversation later on with Agnes, honey, there are things you can think, but don't say them. So that politeness and that niceness is kind of an idol for, Louise in particular. And I think that's a very common idol for our age right now is, be nice, be polite. We're taught that if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And that goes back to the roots of our childhood. And I actually really enjoyed that in that niceness and that politeness, when nothing is getting done and the pain is just festering, Patty forces it to be exposed. He's never satisfied with it until Louise just says, you know what, Patty, you're right. You're never going to see us again. Actually, Ben and I are probably not going to be together again. Yeah. We're going to go home and we're going to split because he's angry and I'm unhappy. And she just dumps this just raw moment. And it's almost dishonest in its honesty because she's still not saying, we're leaving because we're freaked out. We're getting out of here. Yeah. She's saying, we're messed up. And so is raw and it is kind of the truth. And Patty says, that's it right there. There's hope for you. The first step is being honest with each other. And here's this very demonic and evil man who's actually leading them in a sense in the truth. And it's then that you have the whole climax in that last bit where there's hope actually for them having gone through all of this. And some of those issues that they're not working through, they begin to work through.
We hope you enjoyed this snack-sized taste of Popcorn Theology. Check out the full episode using the link in the description. Subscribe on YouTube for more content. Follow and interact on social media to share with others. And remember, you are not a mindless consumer.